Welcome back, everyone. We are your hosts, Viviane Chauvet and Jeff Demers at the Infinite. Beautiful, beautiful. The Infinite Star Connections. We are so excited to be here with all of you. This is incredible. It is such a joy, such a pleasure to be back. And look who's back, Jeff. Yay! Yay, it's really, really wonderful to be here with all of you. And thank you for taking the time to join us. Thank you for being with us on this exclusive return of the Infinite Star Connection podcast. Going to look at the journey. What a journey in 2023. And I want to hear about Jeff. Jeff, how you doing, my friend?
I'm getting better every day. I'm about 99.9%. I actually ran for the first time the other day. So everything is good, almost near 100%.
Wow, this is a fantastic. This is fantastic. I mean, we were so looking forward for you to be back, and here we are today. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Yay, exactly. Thank you, Scotty. Yes, welcome back from Ellie, and of course, our dear friend David. Welcome back. Red Rose, good to see you. Shauna as well.
Yolanda,
Yolanda, yay.
Mastrovia.
Yeah, Nelly, thank you for being, yes, 99.9. It's really awesome. Janice, welcome, my friend. We have so many. Tom, thank you for being here. Vicky, Manuela, good to have you here, all the way from Vienna. Thank you for being here. We have Tasha, Spika, thank you. Renee from Montreal, bonjour. Really happy to have all of you. And thank you for joining us right before the end of 2023. Sending all of you so much love because we wanted to come back. We were so looking forward to be here with all of you and to know that we're able to bring the Infinite Star Connections. And we're going to start right in 2024, a brand new season together. Isn't that right, Jeff?
Yeah, the fifth one, man. We just keep rolling.
We keep running. The fifth one. Can you believe that already the fifth season?
Yeah,
Jeez.
no, I remember the day that Tilcom said you're going to do this. I said, I don't want to do this crap. And the next thing you know, here we are.
Well, yes, and if you remember, my Arcturian father was telling me about this podcast that we're going to do and to bring a voice to the Star Nation to come forward, both of us as ambassadors. And at the moment when we were talking about this, you were giving the same message. And
Yeah.
then within minutes, literally within minutes, we were communicating with each other in that sense. So it is incredible that we're going on into our fifth seasons, everyone. 2024 coming in. But let's take a look on your journey. Jeff, I know everybody is rejoicing to see you back. You're 99.9% back. It's amazing. I would like to know, because many, many of us have been so worried and praying and holding space with you. What is it that you have learned the most about this journey that you went through this year?
The most I have learned is watch your sugar and high blood pressure.
Okay, from a physical perspective, sugar and high blood pressure, well, I'm completely with you.
Yep.
Okay. And and I would say on a spiritual level, what have you learned from all of this?
Well, it's interesting because I thought I was dying, and I pretty much gave up. And I said, because Judy was there and she never left me, which was kind of odd, but she was there. And I said, you know what? I'm in ICU. And then I knew that was a bad place. And I said, you know what? I can't move that much and I can't feel my legs. Just take me. And she put her hands out and she goes, no. And she says, you're not ready yet. And we don't do that. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And then one thing led to another, and I got to give props to Yvonne because she was the one that really, really made me turn the corner. She did some healing, which I didn't. I don't believe that. You know, remote healing. Yeah, okay, whatever. But because I couldn't get out of bed. I just couldn't, and then I'd have to slide onto a wheelchair to even get around. But that one night that she said, "You want me to do a healing?" I said, "Whatever, yeah, whatever, sure, why not? I got nothing to lose." And it worked. With the everybody's um, prayers and loves and stuff. All that shit matters, man. Everything matters. And I asked Sarah was there. I said, so I mean, the people when they wish you luck or love whatever blah blah blah, does that actually do anything? And she goes, yeah, of course it does. I says, well, how? Help me understand that because you know since I'm in bed doing nothing, I got nothing else to do, so tell me. So she said, actually she didn't say, but she shows me images. That's what the Pine Tea do is they show images. She shows somebody that does this with the heart that comes out, and it's like a wave. He says, but when a lot of people do it, it's a it's a force of energy directed to you. It's like a healing, and enough people do that, they can actually heal somebody from far away by sending out that intention. So everybody that did that, thank you. I'm here to tell you that shit works. Okay, so keep on doing it. But yeah, she was there, and I mean, she was with me for like 2 months, and they had the, the doctor said, "Well, you had a stroke." I said, "Really? That's what it felt like?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you're going to be here for about 4 to 6 months." I'm like, I ain't, I ain't staying here. You got to be kidding me! 4 to 6 months. So after that healing, um, I don't know. It felt weird, and I was like above the the bed. I could see myself, and I could see Yvonne doing whatever she's doing with these wands that do work. And she went over the body, and I I felt a little bit of heat in certain areas. One of the Zetas were there
Hmm.
with these long ass arms. He just put over the whole body, and then she worked with him. And it wasn't a Zeta like a little gray one of those guys.
Mhm.
No, these were the tall ones. And it was like me, Drudy, and I think Chev was there. We were just like in the balcony watching all this working, and I could feel certain things like heat in certain areas. And that night, that night, I got up and I went to the bathroom on my own. Well, I didn't know that there was sensors on the bed, so all these alarms go up. I said, "Oh, somebody kicked the bucket, whatever." So I went into the bathroom, and all these people start coming in, like, "Are you okay? You okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm taking the piss. What are you talking about? Get out of here." And she said, "Well, you're not supposed to get out of bed. How did you get out of bed?" I said, "I got out of bed and walked into the bathroom." I mean, it wasn't like a total walk. I mean, I had to hold on to the wall and stuff. And, I had the Jimmy legs. But after that, it was just like exponential recovery. Amazing. I was out within a month on my own. So all of that in a nutshell, that was really an interesting experience. I don't think I would want to do that again because it was the hardest thing I ever had to do was to learn how to walk again.
Wow. I, I can only imagine what went through your mind to says, I have to relearn to walk. The
Oh, I see
coordination.
these old people, they're just like they're with their little walkers. And I ain't going to be like that. There's no way. I ain't going to live the rest of my life like that.
Mm-mm.
So it was just like an inner thing. And the more you do, the better you do. The more you do, the better you do. But it's all possible. Anything is possible.
And I think that would be a very powerful message. Anything is possible. So would you say that the power also of your mind combined to your body was also
It was
creating?
determination to get the hell out of there at any cost, and the way to do it is to just push yourself to get there. You gotta want to do it. You gotta want to get out. You have to want to grab it. Some people, whatever. Maybe they're happy just like in the bed being tended to because they feel like I'm being tended to, and it feels good to have somebody care about me. I ain't like that. So yeah, just seeing those other people, and then I seen this girl who's like 19. She had a broken leg, and she's actually working trying to get better. I said, you know what? If she can do that, I'm doing the same thing. I'm not staying here. I mean, it was tough. Don't get me wrong. It was no picnic, but
No.
it was good. And the party never left. I mean, Judy. I don't know if there's many Judys out there or what, but she was like there all the time, not far away.
Would you say, Jeff, that your relationship to the Ponte or the relationship to your star group has either increased or enhanced or changed in any ways as a result of this experience you went through?
I think it was, and I don't think it's changed anything because they're still here. They're still around every night, same stuff. It's just, I think it was an education that I had to go through in order to explain to other people. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I mean, they're. I haven't learned anything about them anymore. I think I'm pretty much know what I'm supposed to know. Now it's just about explaining experiences.
But like you mentioned, they work with you step by step. They stay with you the whole time, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean it was weird. I mean it was every time I woke up or something, I could feel her like right there. She was like right there. I'm like, we got something else to do, and she says, no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm thinking, well, if you're not going to take me, then why are you here? But she's there for that assurance.
What do you mean?
What the assurance?
Yes.
It's just like a I'm not going to let anything hurt you, bother you, and if here to protect you from any outside bad entity trying to get you, because at that point you're the lowest. It's easy to get targeted, perhaps.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And I must say that with my Australian delegation, we knew that you were getting in the lowest point, that you were going through a huge metamorphosis. And so we did ask also part of our team who were working in collaboration with your Ponte group to really bring a lot of protection and especially watching over your body as you were resetting, watching over you even spiritually and at the soul level. Because you're right, when you are at your lowest like that, this is when certain lower frequency can come and kind of interfere or attach itself to you. So there was a lot of support that you received that you may not be aware, but that were there for you 100%.
Yeah, because I actually did it to myself. It was nobody that did it. It was everything was on me. My um, eating habits, health. Even though that I stopped drinking and all that crap, the eating took over all that. So it's just you just have to. One bag of chips is not one serving. Okay, it's just that simple. So you just have to adjust, and it's okay. And she's not here now, but she was they will be here. They actually helped me this past week with a book that I just got done doing. So it was
So,
Zemini Umo. So
well, let's explore that. You said you're working on the book with the Homo right now. Is that correct? You went back to that big, big task?
yeah, actually, there was um I don't know how to say this without it sounding weird, but the UMO wanted me to do this one book. They didn't show up and say, "We want you to do this book." They just, I just got this voice in my head said, "We need you to do this." And obviously, there's this Spanish book, and I'm like, "Wow, okay, whatever." But this time it was regular Spanish, so I just blew through it like it was really, really good. It wasn't that difficult. It wasn't old Spanish or nothing, but it was a book that was published in 1977 in Spain, and it deals with humanoids in Argentina. And from the first page, I'm like, wow, this book describes experiences, documents, people uh, interacting with ETs, different ones, not grays. These are look human, and I mean, there's probably at least 50 or 75 documented cases of this. Police, everything,
Oh.
people, children. They describe what they look like, sounds, and like, why isn't this out there in the real world? Well, it could have been because they didn't want it out there, but it's going to be out there. I was just blown away by this book. I'm like, I just couldn't get enough of it. And just like, I worked like 11, 12 o'clock at night, just understanding what the guy was trying to say and putting it in English. And I just kept with the same theme of the book. And it's really, this is a really good book. I mean, I don't know.
So would you say what was this book is going to be teaching people overall? Can you give us a taste?
Yeah, it's just going to explain to people that ETs have been interacting, at least in Argentina, since the mid 60s, well into the 70s. Uh, Documented cases, what they look like. They've been on board craft, off craft. They visited. They Some breathe our air, some don't. Um, just some look like us, some don't,
Hmm.
and it's just like a primer, of what is out there. We are not alone, obviously, but it's more of the physical being instead of a spiritual Arcturian that you really can't see. These ETs you can actually see and touch, and when you get close to them, there's a little bit of energy, heat that you got to be careful of. So, and all this is documented. Amazing information. I'm like, wow.
So if I understand correctly, you're translating from Spanish to English right now, this book, Jeff?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And when do you think the book will be ready to the public?
Well, I have to get permission from the author. I don't know if he's alive. He
Okay.
could have passed away by now, but I'm chasing that down now so I don't get in trouble. And I don't want to take anything. I mean, this is not for money or anything. I was going to put it on academia, and anybody can download it and read it. It's all about the the knowledge.
And this is going to be important, especially 2024, the difference between information we absorb to the mind and the knowledge. Knowledge is really designed to supporting our empowerment, to give you guidance, can give you uplifting energies. Knowledge is there to bring us to the best of who we can be, reaching our highest potential. So there's a difference here between absorbing too much information and then having really good knowledge. So I like that this kind of book it's talking about direct interaction with a humanoid type of star being or star group and how this interaction, with human beings can really help to re-understand, and I do say re-understand the mechanism of making higher consciousness communication, contact, interactions. And I would say, would you say, Jeff, how to get more prepared for this? That's kind of direct interaction.
Yeah, I am. I am. I'm sure that this book will resonate with a certain percentage. I don't think that the general population is ready for anything like this yet. because we view anybody, anything new and strange as a threat, and we want to kill them. So that has to change. So the more this stuff comes out, the more understanding that people have and accepting what they are and what it is and where our place is in the universe. It's just what Sarah says is you got to understand and accept. We don't understand shit yet. So we want to kill them. We want to, thinking that they're going to, invade and whatever. We come up with these ideas of self defense.
Well, and that's part I would say if you look at 2023, at the beginning of this year, the Arcturian spoke of the fact that 2023 was already energetically very much intertwined with what we're now going to be calling 2024. We called it a binary year timeline. So that means it's like a binary system or a binary star system. The energetic alignment or the parallel between 2023 and 2024 was already very distinctive right at the beginning of this year. So I feel like 2023 has taught all of us, and even on a planetary level, a lot of distinction about, pulling out old weeds, like, clearing your inner garden, looking at, even the sacred site of the grid system of the earth. And there has been so much changes. And 2024, it's giving all of us a higher vibrational opportunity to really perfect or refine the way we speak, the way we present ourselves, the way energetically we project our energy, the way we want to connect also with our star brothers and sisters. And I like the fact that you're bringing this book as an example, and even for yourself, because you've already so much in connection with your Ponte group and the Humo and other groups. I'm sure that it must be, helping you to refine how you are approaching your interactions with them. I would say. Would you say, Jeff?
Yeah, because it takes a lot to impress me because I see a lot of crap and a lot of this stuff can be explained easily. And people come up with their own ideas and believe it, whatever. Um, but this this is pretty good. I mean, like I said, this got me from page one, and it was an absolute joy to go through the book, decipher it, understand it, recompile it in a way that it makes sense to an American. Because these foreign authors, they think different. Europeans think different. The way that they explain it on a graph, they expect the reader to understand, you know, on their level of what it means. Well, when we read the graphs, we're like, "What the hell is that? What is that? I am not following." So I try to keep. I got a best practices set up for that, and I try to keep with the theme of the book without changing anything. But there are some things that I have to change in order to understand because of their way of explanation is different than our understanding of what they're trying to say.
Well, and that's a really good point you're making because 2023 for us, for my delegation and I, and with Peter, my husband, we travel quite a bit this year. And you're right. When you look at interacting with people, let's say from England versus Europe versus even the Greek islands, or when we were in Egypt, the dialogue or the linguistic understanding shift. The break, the frame of reference of consciousness is shifting. So you have to readapt, the communication. For example, we were connecting to Frankfurt Airport in Germany, and I want to ask a question to one of, the representative of the airline company. And of course, this beautiful German lady behind the counter. So I approach with my own demeanor. I smile first and I say, I have a question for you, and I would like to explain my question. But for her, the approach was, don't ask questions. Show me your paper first. I'll do the research and then we'll talk. So
Mhm.
that felt like there was a barrier already there, just something very 3D that we can all relate. Being in an airport, having a question about our flight connection. So, but just there, it made me realize, and my group was coaching me, saying, just release that energy because your field of perspective or my field of reference was completely incompatible with hers. So right there, even energetically, we were not understanding each other. So I had to release my field, so to speak, and give her my paper first. And then I look at her and I said, now can I ask you my question? And she was kind of more semi-receptive to it. And then I told her, I explained, I said, I just wanted to make sure that we were in the right direction. There's nothing more to it. And then she understood and it's kind of released that energy. And then she told me, like, not that she was sorry, but like, oh, it's just, this is not how we speak here. This is not how we communicate. And I said, that's fine. I just learned that. And I took my paper back and she told us where to go and we went. But I have to understand at that moment that we were no longer in the same common field. We didn't have a same commonality of communication to understand each other. So I have to shift or readapt myself. So imagine with this book, do you think that book like this one you're working on right now, and you've been working a lot with the Humo as well, do you think it's going to help overall people to gain a better understanding on what communication is about, or readjusting themselves, whether it's consciously or, or verbally or our demeanors? Do you think that will help in that sense?
Yeah, I think what the UMO really wanted was this information to come out there so that we won't be too judgmental with something new that has been here since the 50s,
Wow.
longer than I've been alive, and most of the people. But um, we are too demanding of a population. We want results like now, now, now. So this, I am sure that reading this book will help people that don't even know anything. It's got to put some interest in there that this stuff is really happening every day, just not here in the U.S. And if it is, then it's really suppressed. But it's been happening more and more in South America. So hopefully this book, if one person gets it, done the job. I mean, if it did it to me, and I'm pretty critical of what I read because I don't believe everything I read anyway. But this one here's got got evidence backed up, and it'll take you right to the paper, right to the reference, everything. And of course, I checked it just to make sure that this wasn't BS. And no, those information, those references are right there, just as the book said. I'm like, God damn.
Incredible. Well, it's just to show you that more and more that kind of direct experience in the form of knowledge, books, resources are coming back and becoming more accessible. This is one thing that the Arcturians speak a lot is about shifting our sense of receptivity. Because when we become more receptive and we ask a lot, we want to know and see and feel and experience, and you go, that's fine. At the same time, you have to be also the equivalent of being receptive to be able to read. Like you read this book, you were receptive to the experience with the knowledge, the energy, everything that this book was inviting you to feel. So receptivity will be also a big key for 2024 in terms of rediscovering where you are truly and are you receptive.
Mm-hmm.
And that is allowing to shift from a fear, more primal, basic energy or instinctual energies. And also, part of the invitation I feel it's coming for 2024, it's about feel, reset yourself, go back to neutrality, divine neutrality first before taking any decision. So there's no harsh or rash decision based on an emotional impulse or based on a fear, or based on something that may have triggered you, or a potential that has been talked about. And so that's one thing we want to talk today, especially in a grand return of the Infinite Star Connection podcast with both your hosts, is 2024. Take the time to take several deep breaths, center yourself, reset. Am I being reactive right now before I make a harsh decision? I see that with my client. Oh my God, I did that. And then they send me an email, all panic. And you can tell all we're doing is helping that person diffuse the overflow of that panic energies, then retract their field, and then they become more prone to reactiveness based on primal instinctual energy, survival, fight or flight, fear, uncertainty, and then the judgment is clouded. So allow yourself to reset. Where am I right now? What part of me is responding? Bring yourself back to your center. Take several deep breaths. Feel your feet on the ground. Connect to Gaia. I reset. I reset my energy. I bring myself back to divine neutrality, like a card you will bring to a neutral point. Okay, now I connect back to my heart. Now, how do I want to respond to that? Was I triggered because there's a past energy from upbringing, father, mother, ancestral upbringing, cultural, situational? Was I triggered? And if so, recognize it. Okay, I got triggered. Then I can bring myself back and then I'm going to respond. So this is one thing that we want to bring as a positive piece of wisdom today is allow yourself to choose mindfully, not carefully, mindfully, and without being too quick into a harsh or rash decision. That's going to help a lot for 2024, what's coming in. Would you agree with that, Jeff?
Absolutely. At baby steps, you know.
Yeah.
I think this year I'm going to bring out more physical evidence to the people slowly, because you can't just give it to them because they just freak out and they won't accept it. Understanding and accepting, those two things.
And that sounds so exciting. And would you bringing those physical evidence right here on the show with
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And that's part of the new season, everyone. We're back stronger in a new way. I cannot tell you the level of excitement and joy I'm feeling right now just to be back with you on air with you, Jeff, because I've been a few times by myself, or the first time after the stroke happened, I was with Peter. And I told everyone, I said, I cannot wait to be back live with all of you, with Jeff next to me. And here you are today, right here, right now. Yay, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yay, everybody. Come on, let's hear it for Jeff because this is amazing. The fact that you're here and look, I mean, how strong and coming back, books and talk about knowledge and physical evidence and all of this. We can tell we have you back. I want to hear it in the chat room for everybody. I mean, isn't that incredible to see Jeff? So much energy. Yes, yay, so good, so great. Thank you, Manuela. Lisa, yes. Thank you for being here. I mean, it's just amazing. Star Orchid, yay. Jimmy, celebration, yay. Absolutely, Nelly. All the hearts for you going out. Jeff, this is all for you.
Well,
You earned it.
Yovanda's the one that started everything. So, I mean, people go to her website and get that stuff. I mean, those wands, you know, I wasn't a big, believer in that stuff anyway, but I am now. I am here to tell you it works.
Well, what mattered the most is you definitely here. So thank you so much for that. And we were there for you too. We did a
Yeah,
lot
I mean,
behind the scene.
I just it was an interesting experience.
Yes, yes, yes. More than interesting, it was above and beyond. Would you say that it was a necessary transformation, like a huge metamorphosis for you, Jeff, to go through all of this?
After you think about it, I kind of think that it was by design. You know,
Ah,
I
by
think,
design.
yeah, you know, the only thing I could think of because it's just weird how everything just fell into place. But yeah, I think it was by design when you step back and look at everything because there's no way that there's just no way that people just walk out of a hospital a month after you have a stroke like that when you can't even feel your legs, and next thing you know you're walking out that door. I mean, it was just the nurses were just like in amazement, like, you're walking. Well, yeah, 'cause I ain't staying here. There's no way I'm going to stay here. So it was
Yeah.
probably by design.
Yes. 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 Absolutely. A huge design. And
And
would you be
this
com-
and this venue is probably what they wanted, me to tell people. Using this infinite star connections to explain to the people. Yeah, I mean, anything is possible. You just got to want it.
huge? Now, everybody listen to what Jeff just said. Anything is possible when you really want it. Now, would you say that when you want something, it has to be more from the heart or
Oh
from what?
yeah, I mean, yeah, because yeah, it has to come from within. Within, not from here, but from within out. I mean,
That's
it
the
was the
difference.
hardest thing I ever had to do was to put that one foot, shift the weight, then another foot without falling over. It was damn hard. I used a walker and then I used a cane, and then one day I just said, you know what, I'm done. I can do this. And I kind of stumbled. Muscle memory comes back, and you just got to keep doing it. You got to want to do it. A lot of those people in the hospital, they don't want to do it. They just like being tended to and cared for, and they're happy. And if it works for them, great. It ain't working for me that way.
Well, Jeff, what I'm hearing, what we're all hearing is that you had this either strength and determination that you going to pull it off and you were going to return back on your feet and move forward. That determination in you, that spark in you, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like really contributed a lot. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yep.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, absolutely. There's so much cheering in the chat room. Isabel has a really good question for you, Jeff. Isabel is asking, did you have a near-death experience during all of this?
Um, I wanted to. I was conscious of it, so I would have to say no. The only interaction I had was with Jerudi, and she just wouldn't let me go there. It's the first time that she looked angry, and she put her little hands out, and she went, "No." I'm like, well, what I'm supposed to do? You gonna bring me back here on the earth?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it's a no-brainer. You are meant to be here, Jeff, in many ways. And now that it's behind you more and more, and we are back on air, I can tell you, um, at some point, I asked your group and your higher self if you were going to cross over. And the answer at the early stage of it, the answer I received back then was that you were presented with a crossroad. And then later on, a little bit as let's say a few weeks into when you were in the hospital and everything, I looked again, of course, with your group and your higher self permission. We were there with my Octran father, and then your Ponte group, your intergalactic group, made it clear that it you were meant to be back here, and they were doing everything they could to bring back here. And part of this is that if you had a near death experience, most likely you will have chosen to move on, and they go like, no, 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 you have more work to do. You have more experience, more learning, more things to feel and to go through, and like, no, you come back. And then I would say, Jeff, at some point I felt a stabilization. And then I felt more at peace within myself because I knew that you were on the way to your recovery. I saw it. I felt the shift. I mean, for those of you who join us, remember the episode with Sabrina Campbell. Sabrina is a really powerful and very gifted animal communicator.
Yep.
That was the episode that I wasn't sure we were going to do because it just happened. And you told me through text, you said, no, go ahead, do the show. So
Yeah,
we wrote
yeah.
Sabrina.
Just keep on going. Just push me off to the side and keep going.
Oh, wait, no, wait a minute. No one is pushing you aside here. But that day we did. And what we did is that so many of you joined us live from all over the world. I will always remember. And we came together as a group. And I was on the verge of bursting in tears on online. I mean, I couldn't. I was doing everything I could to hold it inside of me. I was so in pain because I knew what you were going through, and we all came together with Sabrina, and
Mm-hmm.
then of course Peter, my husband, and every one of you came together, and it was
All that
so
means something.
transformational.
All that
But
stuff works.
yeah,
Like I said, it's a vibration of the energy. Like I said, one person, whatever. But you get a bunch of people to do that at the same time. Look the hell out, because it's going to work.
oh, it has been working. And then I came back again for a quick update to everyone, which was just a quick half an hour update where we came back again as a group. So many of you have come back again for that quick update. We gather with you, around you, and we did work. And then the last time I said, wait, everybody, we will be back. We will be back. It was an affirmative. And here we are today on Saturday, December 30th, 2023, right at the end of a very, very exhaustive, pretty rich year, 2023. And here you are talking about all of this and talking about already books and knowledge and everything. Um, if there's a piece of wisdom you'd like to share with all of us from your huge experiences, what would that be, Jeff?
Once again, it's understanding and accepting. Those two things go a long way with everything. And I'm still got that second book of the Ponte. I just have to put it all in chapters. And Sarah explains that to me in quite a detail. She gets really deep in showing me images of what I have to say. Then I got to take those images and then put it to work. But yeah, understanding and accepting. Once you understand it and accept it, the sky's the limit.
Beautiful. I agree with you. And again, I would like to do right now, and Yuvanda, please bring your beautiful energy as a support system like you've been doing, and everyone who are here. Let's come together and let's open sacred space. And let's do a clearing to welcome Jeff back on his feet, moving forward with strength, determination, expansion, and then also for everyone moving into 2024, let's create those gentle waves of higher frequencies of light that will elevate and ride everyone back into 2024 with ease and grace. And yes, we're here to bring people together. Exactly. So let's come together once more. But this time, Jeff, you're here. You're here with us and you're part of this. So let's do that for a moment. Was that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, perfect. So everyone who's joining us and even listening to the the replay later on, we are going to create a powerful imprint in the quantum field. Let's bring the synergy together once more, and especially at the end of such a very intensive year 2023, and especially for the celebration of the grand return of Jeff,
Huh.
who we all love so much. Yes, yes, this is for you. Take it. You earned it many times over, my friend. So this is for you. So thank you for closing your eyes. And with your eyes closed, we welcome the presence of all of you. We invite all of us together to unite our hearts. And imagine this a circle of light where all of our hearts become diamond, pure diamonds, reflecting all the rays of creation. Can you imagine or feel your own heart center becoming a diamond of the purest light, reflecting the rays of creation? Whether it's the deep emerald green light, whether it's the crystalline pink light, the beautiful royal blue light, and so forth. Let your heart as a diamond reflecting the rays of creation. In the centerpiece of our secret circle is one beautiful diamond, and that diamond is the heart of death. Yes, it is you, my friend, right in the center of the circle. So imagine all the rays of light reflecting through the heart, the diamond light of Jeff, who are here to celebrate his courage, determination. We're here to celebrate his soul choice to stay with us, to walk the path, to bring us teachings, inspiration, wisdom in his own beautiful way, to becoming an inspiration for you to also reflect the same strength in your own beautiful way, your uniqueness. And you know that as you're allowing the diamond light and the rays of creation to reflect onto Jeff, the same light is reflecting back to you. So we're becoming amplifier, and we magnify the light, the spectrum of light, the rays of creation to bathe the entire planet. Imagine the earth, or Mother Gaia, Mother Terra, receiving right now the multitude of the rays of light from all of our heart centers in the form of a pure diamond of light. So we invite you to breathe with consciousness and divine presence. Invite all of your being to be present. That means to feel it also in your body template, through your spine, allowing also the balance through your nervous systems, your sacred gateways of light, allowing all of your chakra system or your internal energetic vortexes of light to return also to a pure state of alignment. So let's exchange, let the rays of light flow, supporting Jeff's celebration of his return, the celebration of all of us returning together, already nourishing and strengthening the new energetic grid system coming to the planet in the timeline of 2024 and beyond 2024. You are all preparing for a new era or a paradigm of reality. And 2024 is the beginning of what we call a triple gateways of light. The triple gateways of light will align the next three timelines or your calendar year, moving from 2024 into 2026. It is just a potential of flow, movement, and evolution. So let's feel that flow of evolution through you. Imagine now that we're all holding hands together. In your light body, we're holding hands in our light bodies right now. And we invite Jeff to hold our hands and the circle become one. The circle become one because we all are reflection, fractals, the supreme source, as we call creator. In the word the supreme source, there's an all level of existence, reality, and reverence for all sentient life form. So let's come together as we're holding hands, joining with Jeff, all of us from all over the world, inviting Mother Gaia to be with us, and of course, our beloved intergalactic star families. And as we're holding hands together, we feel that we are truly one. We are a multitude of fractals of light in the oneness of creation. So let's hold a space with us now and moving forward. What a beautiful celebration of returning with each other and to know what else is possible. What else is possible for you, for each other, for your communities, from all over the world, globally, on a planetary level and on a cosmic level. Remember, we are one in the here and now. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in and release. One more time, deep breath and release. Now, with joy and sacred presence, you're now welcome to open your eyes. Imagine now the meaning of welcome back. To feel the strength behind those words, welcome back. Yes. How did it feel to you, my dear friend Jeff?
That was very calming.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. How did it feel to you, everyone? We want to read your comments. Have questions for Jeff? Anything you want to ask, add, share, please feel free. I keep a very close eye on the chat room. That was powerful, Yuvanda. I agree. Here, I'm going to post your comment here. Yes, I agree, our friend. That was powerful. Thank you for participating, being here. Yeah, Shauna said it was beautiful. Thank you so much for being here as well. Peaceful and so much needed, Giselle. I like that. Peaceful and so much needed. Most definitely. Marine said, I loved it. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. So I like to share. That's wonderful. Welcome back. And so it is, Laura, indeed. And the thing is that moving into 2024, all the tools, the wisdom I'm going to be sharing with you, they're really meant to be support system. It's another way how we support each other. Won't you say, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As your Ponte group, your beautiful energy, your beautiful group with you has been with you all the time and supporting you. Have they talked about your next step or what's coming, or some kind of energy or things that to focus on?
Well, to be totally honest, there's only been three. It's been Judy, Sarah, and Tilcom. They won't let nobody else hear. I don't know why, but sometimes I see little wisps in the house, like somebody's running real fast. But I can feel their energy around all the time, and I don't think that they will. I still like they're still on guard, more or less. So they just want me to get better and better and better. Even when I go for a walk, okay, because I take the dog out and I feel them, which is strange, even outside. It's like somebody's walking behind me, and I get this, and there's nobody there, but I know it's them because I can feel it. I don't know if they're no. When we went to Faywood a few years ago, it's that same feeling about um, they're here. They're just like in the trees or something, but I feel them. That's the same feeling. So I'm conscious of them being here, but they haven't given me any type of mandate for anything. That's all the UMO right now, and I think that is um, where the interest is going to become from, because the UMO are just like us. They're humanoids. The Ponte are not humanoid.
Hmm.
They're a little different, okay, but
Yes.
the UMO, they're two arms, two legs, face, hair, and they're older than we are. So they're looking at us like, oh, you're like an upgrade of us, really? You know, looks like a downgrade, but because we're so primal from their point of view. They've already had their time like we did, and they evolved from that. So we have to get to that point yet. But to answer your question, there's just only been three. And Tilcom doesn't say a whole lot. It's always been Jerudi and Sarah everywhere I go.
Well, it makes sense because still remember to this day, even though it's been a few years already, but I still remember to this day when we first met. You're the one who came through and looked at me going, "What do you want? Do you know who that is? Do you understand who you're dealing with?" And I'm like, "Well, show me." And it took me on an out of body experience so I can see their home planet and I can see their solar system, and especially who you were to them and who you still are. So they wanted me to now understand that right at the beginning, which is really, really amazing. Uh, and so that makes sense. They're always with you. Well, Giselle is asking a really good question. Jeff, do you think would the Ponte have any message for everyone today?
No, no.
I missed that. I really missed that. Spontaneous
All right.
energy.
I'm not going to make up stuff, but they
No.
don't have, they're not telling me to say anything.
Okay.
They're just like kicking back, over here, just kicking back.
Here, Peter, my husband says good answer. Say Peter is with you. Well, from a nocturne perspective, Giselle, we have shared many messages so far already, so I'm going to invite you to go back and listen. There's a lot of different messages that the nocturnes have shared, one of which we talked about, stay centered and think of it again. Make sure that there's no need to engage into a harsh decision, and especially moving to 2024 is going to be very, very important to stay very centered with yourself. And more than that, is understanding what part of you is dictating the flow of your energy, the flow of your responses, the flow of your thoughts. What part of you dictate that the most? And it's going to be very, very important to understand that sometimes when we get triggered, it's because it's an old imprint or an unresolved, maybe karmic blockages that is coming back to the surface to teach us, hey, this is still blocking you. There's no need for you to carry that in your field anymore. And being able to diffuse it with a more conscious, centered understanding, that will be amazing, especially in 2024. So, but I really miss Jeff, our contrast energy, our dynamic, and you're just beautiful.
Yeah, I just tell it like it is. I'm not here to blow sunshine up anybody's butt or anything. It's just, this is what real people want to know.
I know, and it's and Octrans are so diplomats the way we answer and present ourselves and move, and then with you, we go like, here comes. It's just the way that is, and pulling an energy out. I love it. I miss that so much. It's like a vitamin C for the soul right now. It's like everybody had a good laugh, even in the chat room.
Yeah, I wish I could say it, but they don't have anything for me to say right now.
Yes. And I would say, in terms from a health perspective, people feel sometimes, oh, the season and people are unwell and they get to fluctuations. Would you say that your state of mind is a huge contributor to your health as well?
Oh yeah, it's like I said, you got to want it. You have to understand and accept what happened, and then take care of business. I mean, that's Sarah keeps telling me, understanding and accepting. You get that, and you can do anything. It's just like the Zeta saying, standing in your energy. When you stand in your energy, you got everything covered. It's basically the same thing. It's just the Zetas look at you as, when you stand in your energy, you're complete. And that's basically what understanding and accepting is. I'm going to get a shirt that says understanding, then the definition, and on the back, accepting, and then the explanation. Those
Well,
two things.
that could
Like,
be a really good T-shirt or slogan for
I mean,
2024.
if anybody wants to take anything, understanding and accepting, you got to understand it first.
So understanding can that include sometime when we go through, fluctuation, people get the flu or fever and things like that. Can it be also understanding of what the body is going through and what this is really coming from? Because the body never materializes anything out of thin air. It comes from somewhere else. Would you say that understanding will also contribute to go through maybe a health challenge, for
Oh
example?
yeah, yeah. Once you understand it, it is like looking at a flame. Wow, that looks cool. I don't know what it is. Well, then I touch it and it burns me. It's like, oh, now I get it. So now when I see a flame, I understand that's hot. And I accept that if I touch it, I'm going to burn myself. So I don't touch it. It's just that simple. You can apply that to any spiritual thing, any interaction you have, any interaction you want to have. You just have to understand what is going on. Even with this UFO crap going on with the disclosure crap, the disclosure isn't the government's, man. The disclosure is us understanding them. That's the disclosure, not the government's.
And you're making a really strong point here. It's no longer relying on these structures and, you know, whatever project or book they're coming out with or disclosure. And it's true, it's understanding what, disclosure really means to you to begin with. And are you ready to
Right.
make contact? Are you truly ready, body, mind, spirit, heart, and soul? I can tell you, you have seen um, beautiful star beings. I use the word star beings because to us it is utilized in a way that includes consciousness, intelligence, respect, energy, and we know they understand what we mean by saying that. But you've seen star beings firsthand physically, and I have too. And I can tell you, you have to be truly ready in alignment with yourself.
Yeah,
And that means physically.
I would love to all these spiritual people, whatever. I would love for them to see a real ET and see their response. They run home to mama. When you see a real ET and you accept it, it'll your whole outlook changes on everything.
Hmm.
You know, everything. It's like, God damn, you are real. Duh.
Yes, yes, I would. You read my mind, David. Our friend David, beautiful ambassador of the Taurus constellation, is here. And you're like, yeah, totally, absolutely, and um, it really shift also the dynamic how you're perceiving yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive layers of reality, how you perceive others, and finally to understand that the Earth, Mother Gaia, this beautiful blue pearl, it's nothing has nothing to do with being an isolated planet in a solar system. It's really being a part of a multiverse, and the diversity of life that we find on the planet here is really reflecting the diversity of life in the multiverse. I mean, just in one plane of existence, it's countless of dimension, countless. So that's also inspiring people to release some concept. Oftentimes people come to us and says, "Oh, I talk to the console on the 12-dimensional aspect, or I speak with the Octurne on the 12-dimensional aspect," and we say, "Yes, it's another dimension. There's countless of them." But it comes to the point where, when you move really high in the frequency in the dimension, this kind of identity and who you talk to and what role you play is no longer important. It's no longer effective. I mean, I remember when I went out completely outside of that plane of existence, what it's called the physical blue plane of existence, where your Earth is, the solar system, this quadrant, your Milky Way, and others. When you go out of it, it's all the role that you play as an identity, whether you're an Arcturian, a Ponti, an angelic being, or an ambassador and a human being, it's irrelevant. It's no longer what matters the most. Is who you are, is your essence, and how you evolve, and how much light you carry, and how much you continuing to expand. I've seen that firsthand. I got to experience it.
You know what I would like to know is, um, does an would an ET know that this person knows and believes and is okay with an ET? Do they know that this person is safe to approach? That's what I would like to know.
Okay, so if I understand your question correctly, is that, like, let's say a star being would like to communicate with our Earth human being, if they understand if it's safe for them to approach this person?
Yeah, I mean, like, supposing that uh, planet, whatever, and they said, well, let's go and explore the Earth, but if we go there, these people will kill you on sight. So how would they make contact? Would they know that, say, like a person like me who's actually seeing an extraterrestrial, and I'm okay with it. I'm kind of on guard still. I'm not don't accept everybody with open arms, but would they know that, well, this person is safe because they've already been interacted with? Would they know that?
Well, yes, they do know. And here again, our dear friend David says, yes, they do know. And they
Well,
do know.
how would they know that?
Well, there's many ways. The thing is that when you are a being that is coexisting in a completely different resonance field of reality, and you approach a planet and you look at a civilization, you can already understand the level of consciousness, where this planet, what stage of evolution this planet is at. And like David says right now, yes, they do have a much higher sense of perception. Plus, we can see outside of that frame of reality that you are in as you're busy living your life in that frame of reality. So let's say we want to approach you. We understand who you are beyond this physical appearances and this identity you took on as Jeff. This is my story. This is my belief system. And this is who I am. You're defining yourself through this identity because this is what you come to learn. But we approach you. We can read your field. We can see, we can feel, we can understand, and we communicate with you on a much higher level. It's not just a 3D human you. They understand, they know. And yes, and David, like said, they can see your thoughts. So remember, the doctrine also talks about that your thoughts are thought form. So when you generate your thought form, that thought form is like a little encoding of information that will tell us everything we need to know. And we can see, are you really ready? Or if we approach you and you're not fully ready, there may be a risk of creating on a conscious level, something, or even in your body system. If your body template, you're full of fear, but you're telling us mentally you're ready to connect, guess what we're going to do? We're going to readjust that. We're not here to fry your nervous systems. And I'll tell you one thing, and I spoke with this before, when I saw this one female, a lion being, with my own physical eyes, like I see you, Jeff, even as an Arcturian hybrid, well, the hybrid part is my body, of course, but even with who I am in this hybrid form, I have to readjust my physical template consciously, my consciousness, my energy, my vibration, to be in the presence of this lion being. And I remember that to that point, exactly like David mentioned right there. It it's without fear. If there's too much fear energy in your field, then we can see that. And David is also saying they also generate a field which helps human to relax. Now, we want to make an additional precision to that, David, because it's a good point. Without fear, it's an invitation to relax. Those your intergalactic star sisters and brothers, those who are enlightened, spiritually oriented, and we already ascended, we invite you to relax so we can connect, so you can be receptive. That has nothing to do with taking control over you. I want to make that distinction here because there's too much fear with other channels and podcasts and things we put out there. If it generates fear, then ask yourself, is that something I want to experience and shift again? You have the ability to shift your vibration, to choose what you want to connect and with who and for what purpose. And that's another thing that will clear. If you just want because you're curious to know, well, it may not be completely a high vibrational purpose to connect with you. What is the purpose? What is the understanding? Yeah, thank you. David goes like, oh, Viviane, you nailed it. Love you so much. Love you too, David. You're amazing. And I think you know David,
Yep.
Jeff.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to bring him back. We have to bring you back, David. How would you say, Jeff?
Okay, now let me tell you this now when because there's a question obviously when I was being transferred to where they call the country club in Beaumont. It was the top floor, which is a separate company that they rent the top floor, the seventh floor, and that is the rehab center, right? I get up there, and the first nurse I seen was this Japanese looking, Chinese looking. Well, they're different. I would say Japanese, and she's introduced me to whatever, and it could be that I was under drugs. Who knows? I don't know. But when I looked at her, I'm thinking, you're a Zeta. What are you doing here? Who are you? But she was she was a human, obviously, but she was there for 2 days, got me going, and then she's gone. Like got a new job and left. So I'm thinking, well, who was that lady? And they said, who's that? I said, I don't know, it's Jing Jong, whatever her name was. I don't know. She said, oh, we don't know. It's always been us up here. I'm like, no, 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 no. There was a Japanese looking hot looking nurse, like help me out, but so I was wondering because the first impression I got is that she was a Zeta, and then she was gone.
Well, I got something about that. Yes, exactly. Um, so it was a projection in the human form to approach you and to feel like she can blend, or that being can blend in into the staff. But she was there to help you. She was there to supporting you into that. Let me tell you this. Let's say
I
that
think about
one.
it like, bam, like,
What?
who are
What?
you? You're not from this earth. You're somebody else, man.
The fact that you picked up on it is because that beautiful being who came to support you wanted you to know. Otherwise, it would have been like completely undercover, and then you were like, "Oh, this wonderful nurse is come," and then you will ask about the nurse who said thank you to that person, and the staff will go, "We have no one under that name here."
Yeah. And I looked because you can log in and see the nurses that attended to you and stuff, and I didn't find any name like that. And I'm like, well, I know she was there because she took care of me for 2 days, to get me started, and then gone. I'm like, shit.
Well, well, it's very obvious. I like what Jimmy said. I would have asked for her phone number. You're funny.
I was such in a state of whatever, man, whatever, just but she had hair, so she couldn't have been a Zeta because Zetas really don't have hair, right?
It's a projection. It doesn't matter. They can take any form they want. It was there to support you in that form. I know that many of you listening to this were having completely a blast because this is amazing. How many of you have an experience where, someone approached you to help, whether it's a nurse, a doctor, a person on the street, or even outside? In my case, it was a police officer, and I know it's not a police officer, he was an angel and as a police officer. And for you, it was this beautiful being who came as a Japanese looking, beautiful woman nurse came to help you. The thing is that they have they have the ability to project that form to you to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel
Oh,
at ease,
she was
right?
hot. I mean, I'm like, damn.
Well, they know, they look at the memory of that. What is it you like the most? And I'm going to take that form because my goal, my purpose is to support you, to help you heal. I was assigned to you for 2 days and then I extracted myself like I never existed. That's, you can tell that being came for you. This is wonderful, Jeff.
Well, if they all look like her on that planet, sign me up.
No, they're not. You wouldn't be surprised. That's the opposite.
Which is you, right? No, it's you, right?
Exactly. Well, I'm going to post a comment right now. David is saying, wait, just wait until you are invited to touch. Imagine that. I know, David, you know what you're talking about.
Oh,
So,
I already touched one. I grabbed the Ponte and it was like a foam squishy. Yeah.
see, absolutely. See, in your case, that's what happened. In my situation, when I got this really almost fatal car accident back in 2000, I forgot. The team doesn't want me to. I forgot the time frame, but a long time ago. The first thing within seconds, this police car came and this gentleman in his uniform come. He hold my hand. He looked me in the eyes. He said, "Listen to me. You're gonna be fine. You hear me? You stay with me. You stay with me." And he held my hand, and I was in a fog. And he said, "You're gonna be fine. You hear me?" And he held my hand the whole time. And he goes, "I'm gonna take care of everything." Well, I go, and I'm like, my purse is upside down, my papers are all over the place. He goes, "I'm going to take care of everything. You hold my hand. You look in my eyes. You're going to be fine. You hear me." And I was not very cohesive. All I remember is the touch of his hand and look me in his beautiful dark brown eyes, almost black color. and he has a very soft touch, very beautiful, beautiful, bulky man, all dressed up as a police officer, and he held my hand, and he refused to leave my side until other help came, and he took me to the hospital. Only then he released my hand. So I knew at the time afterwards, I had angelic being who came to my room, talked to me, and they said, "You met one of your angel, your earth angel on the planet." He was one of them. So I never saw him again, but I will remember him for the rest of my life. Just like I'm pretty sure you will remember that person.
Oh, I can. Yeah, it just like it was just stunning. Like, wow.
Yes, it is stunning. And like Isabel said, I see them too. You can tell in their eyes when they're from, like you said, that person, that beautiful Japanese nurse looking person, here's Zeta. The thing about the label of Zeta, there are a lot of really beautiful beings from Zeta, in that
Oh,
category.
there's thousands types of zetas. I mean, they're not all bad. You know, obviously, I'm here to because of that one tall one.
They're beautiful. I've seen a tall Zeta one too. And so I am very grateful for that zeta to come to you. You can tell that you are very much connected to that group consciousness, and they were there to supporting you, Jeff, firsthand. So again, what is this teaching all of us right now? To diffuse fear, to bring the discernment that it's not because you were to hear the word zeta that you automatically think about, oh my god, the gray is going to abduct me. No,
No,
we need to free ourselves from that frame of reference. It's a grid that's been put on the planet consciousness to keep most people in fear base in regard to their star origins. That's really what it was. So
again,
you have
understanding and accepting.
the exact, there you go, accepting, understanding and accepting, right?
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Oh, David has a really powerful message for everyone here. David's saying, this is our dear friend David. Does everyone feel the beautiful high energy right now? We are connected. Sending all of you hope everything will be fine. Stay in your light. Absolutely. Stay in your light. Thank you, David, for that beautiful message. Again, it's a time 2024 as another message. It's about unwinding ourselves from all of these grid system of fear-based energy, because the more you release fear, the more you stand in the higher vibration, the more you're discovering who you really are, rediscovering your inner universe, rediscovering that you're part of an entire cosmic communities of so much diversity of intelligence and knowledge and presence. It is really, really palpable. It is time for all of us to take our rightful place. No longer will no longer will we give fear as an experience any form of energy and authority. So I will repeat that again. No longer will we give the experience of fear any energy and authority. So that is very powerful messages right now. How does it feel to you, Jeff?
Well, if you understand what fear is and you accept it, now you can discern it.
Yes. Remember, we always talk about this. Fear is an experience. It's a big umbrella. There's a multitude of experiences. And those experiences are designed to help you understand, extrapolate the knowledge, the lessons, and move forward with more grace, with more authority, with more strength, with more courage. And Jeff, you are a prime example of this. So, if anything else to remember today, look at Jeff. I mean, this is proof in the pudding, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have no paralysis, physical or mental. I mean, everything is like it was before. I still got a photographic memory. I don't have no loss of function or anything.
Well, I can tell my dear friend that you receive a lot of help, and that will tell you, it really, really, really tell you how much you're meant to be here. So, in case you had any doubt, we rest our case. We got so much help, but you know You are meant to be here. And there's so much more. And we're going to start a brand new season in 2024, the fifth season. Is that correct, Jeff?
Yep.
We're
I
going
got a
into our
list.
yay. We got a list. We'll bring back wonderful guests. And David, you need to be one of them. Publicity here. But yeah, we're going to bring wonderful guests. 2024, we're going to bring more wisdom, teaching, support. Jeff will share more. This is a year of acceleration, elevation. Yes, grand changes, but you know what? Changes are part of the natural flow of the universe. And so this is very much in alignment. And this is amazing. This has been absolutely an incredible, super empowering comeback episode, would you say?
Yeah, I was glad to be here. Like I said, thanks everybody who supported. I am proof that it does work.
And like we said, the proof is in the pudding, everyone. Just look at Jeff. We're here. And we're going to come back we'll announce all the dates. We'll keep you posted. But we're coming back for the fifth season, 2024, and the Infinite Star Connection podcast is stronger than ever. Thank you for being with us. We also wish you a very happy beginning of 2024. It's just the beginning, a new year. It's really much a new gateway of acceleration for all of us. And Jeff, we're coming back and we're here to stay. And it's such a joy to be with you, my friend.
Same here, and I'll introduce evidence every now and then because I think if I introduce too much too soon, I am sure a lot of the people just like get out. So you have to understand what it is, and you have to accept it.
Ha!
Just because you
Understanding?
accept it doesn't mean it is right. I mean, you can accept bad stuff and understand it.
Yes.
Like touching the fire. I
Mhm.
accepted that it burns, so I ain't gonna touch it.
Acceptance, understanding, and acceptance. I love that. Karuna, I say congratulations on your fifth season coming up. Thank you so much for this. Beautiful, beautiful, happy new beginning of 2024. Stay in your light. Remember, I no longer give a fear the authority or any energy. I understand it, I accept it, I learn from it, and I move forward. So that's really, really wonderful piece of wisdom right now. Thank you for supporting us. We're going to start our new season in January, and so look for the announcements. We have guests. We're coming back. We are absolutely excited to be here with you. Stay in your light, everyone. Namaste. Thank you for being who you are, Jeff. Such a joy to see you.
Yep, glad to be here and missed everybody. And let's push forward in 2024.
Let's move forward, everyone. See, you heard the man. Let's move forward. Acceptance and understanding. We'll see you soon, everyone. Much love.